Hi, friend, and welcome to another episode of the Quantum Paradigm Podcast. I was just sitting here grounding my energy before hopping on because I was driving on the way home from my office, which I probably won't need very much longer. That's neither here nor there. There's so much happening in my life right now. Oh my God, it's so exciting. I can hardly speak. I was driving home as quickly as I could because I was getting so many downloads for you. I was like, I'm hungry. I want to eat lunch, but I need to get in front of the camera and on the podcast right now. So full disclosure, I don't know what's about to come out of my mouth, but it's big. I mean, that's a stupid thing to say. I'm not even going to edit this out because I do know, but I don't know how it's going to come out. Okay, here we go. Kung Fu. You guys know that I am entering my 9th year of study with traditional Chinese Wu style Kung Fu, Pai Lam, blah, blah, blah. That probably doesn't mean a whole lot to you right now, but I was called to this martial art from the age of 16 or younger. It might have been 15 to 16, but I didn't start until I was in my early 30s after I had had 3 children. So it has been a very interesting journey, to say the least. I've learned a lot. Now, Kung Fu is, the official definition is something like applied mastery through dedicated and disciplined practice over a long period of time. Okay. So like my relationship with the piano, I've been playing piano since I was 5 with devotion. I play almost every day. Piano is Kung Fu to me because that's how I interact with the instrument. Writing, I've been writing forever. Writing, the art form of writing is Kung Fu. The way I dance, I do social dancing, salsa, bachata, swing, Lindy Hop, all these different kinds of social dances. That is an art form for me that I practice. I don't practice as much anymore, so I don't know if I would throw that into the Kung Fu circle. I guess maybe, because I spent a decade with it, in a pretty devoted manner. So anyway, whatever craft, art form, skill set that you are applying yourself to, body, mind, and soul over a long period of time, if there's anything like that in your life, you are practicing Kung Fu. Just so happens, I actually do practice Kung Fu as well. And it really does embody that, its own definition, right? It takes a devotion, it takes practice, it takes a willingness to go through things that are very uncomfortable. I have some bruises that are forming that you probably can't see on camera. It doesn't matter, but there's discomfort involved, but there's also a lot of growth. And that's really what I actually want to talk to you about today is some limiting beliefs that come through that I have just been uncovering in my own life. Yes, I live and breathe and teach quantum manifestation, and I can promise you I'm always learning more about my own self, my own process, because I desire to grow and grow quickly, and that's what I do. You guys are celebrating with me that I'm celebrating my first 50K month in business. I think I officially opened doors 16 months ago. So 16 months, 0 to 50K. I'm happy with that result. And as I'm celebrating it, I'm like, okay, I'm a manifesting generator. So sometimes I have to stop and pause because I just want to go on to the next thing. And I already have my eye on 100K months and beyond. But I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful because it takes dedication. Now, it doesn't matter what industry you are in. I speak a lot with healers. You guys know that I serve new paradigm medical professionals in particular, but I also serve guides, coaches, people who are here to help other people, right? A lot of business expanders. Y'all know who you are. I'm here to serve you. So, as I sink into and feel into this new identity, I'm looking back at this shedding that had to happen, there were still identities that I was holding onto. And one of them was so tied up in my relationship with Kung Fu. I love this art. It's of my soul. It really is. I have memories of lifetimes of practice with this art form. God, it's just, I mean, from the time I was 9 years old, I was like, I'm gonna marry an Asian man because I just like the culture. Just at 9 was like speaking to my soul. Anyway, that's a little Allison trivia for you right there. That hasn't happened yet, by the way. I've not married an Asian man. I don't know if I will, but anyway, I'm blushing. It's a good thing you can't see me. So Kung Fu, right? What does this have to do with you? What does this have to do with your manifestations, with your next up level? Here's the thing. Here's the sneaky truth that is actually not a truth, that could be running part of your show, and I need you to see it if it's there. And that is the story. This is the one I had to shed. As soon as I released this, in less than 24 hours, I met my new community. I made decisions and knew exactly where I was moving next. I'm moving locations 9 months from now. I know exactly where I'm going. I've made giant investments inside my business that have stretched me. I've made some really beautiful personal decisions. And the floodgates started opening up with cash. Cash started flooding into my bank account as soon as I made this shift and shed this limiting belief that I didn't even know was in there. So I posted to my stories the other day that identities serve us to a point. We need identities, okay? You need your identity to be a human on this planet. If you don't have it, you're going to feel crazy, you're going to act crazy, you're just not going to get a whole lot done, and you're going to be miserable. So identities are great. They're helpful. To a point. Because that is the frequency that you're aligning to. That is what you're attracting into your life. That is what you're manifesting, is matching your identity. So look around you. Look at your bank account. Look at your relationships. Look at your family dynamics. Look at where you live. Look at how you work. Look at the clients you're working with. Look at your health. Look at it all. Look at it all. Okay? Everything that you see when you look there is a reflection of your current identity. It is a reflection of your current identity. So, if there's something that feels out of alignment with you and you're like, wait, why is this not here yet? It's your identity, babe. That's why. You've got to shed your identity. That sounds simple. It can be moved through quickly. I mean, once I saw what I was holding on to, which was the story that things must be hard and difficult to overcome. You can even hear this. I'm really exposing myself to you guys right now. You can hear this in previous episodes when I talk about all the shit that I've been through. I have been through it. I have. But also, why does that matter? Why does that matter? Yes, I'm here to show you that it can be done. Anything can be achieved. Yes, I'm here to inspire the fuck out of you. Yeah, and you will be inspired because there's really nothing that I haven't gone through and alchemized. My last name is Alchemia, for God's sake. So I will inspire you, but I will not hold on to the identity that I have to struggle ever again. And that's why I bring Kung Fu into the mix, because there's a story that's wrapped up in the martial arts world. And I could get totally roasted for saying what I'm about to say, because this is taboo. This is really taboo to bring out into the open about this area of life, about martial arts. But there is such a deep program inside of that place, that martial arts place of being. And that story is that there has to be struggle and sacrifice. Now, Are you ready to go deep with me? You guys know that I have a bachelor's of science degree in biblical studies, and that I spent a good deal, about 20 years of my life, studying religion and looking at other religions and Eastern religions and all kinds of things. I really understand the religious programming and the stories that are going on there. So part of that particular story is that sacrifice and struggle are required, and not only required, but like required again and again and again and over and over and over and over and over and over, world without end. Now, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Getting spicy. Here's the thing. Kung Fu comes from the ancient monks, the monasteries in South China, where they would study nature. They would get next to the environment of the tiger and develop tiger movements with force and strength and power. They would watch the viper and develop martial lethal arts that not only were lethal and a way of defending oneself, but also working with the energy and the chi and moving the inner energy inside the body for longevity and health. And they would watch that viper and they would move in accordance with how the viper would move. They would observe the monkey and develop movements and forms around the monkey. Leopard, mantis, there's so many animal forms that are very near and dear to me. You can hear it in my voice when I speak about it. This is my soul that I'm bearing to you today. And this is what was coming through to me on the way home from my office, is that the story that has been in this area of this really badass, amazing, respectable art carries with it a frequency of it's just not true, because there doesn't have to be sacrifice and struggle over and over and over and over again. Now let's go back to that monastery in ancient China for a moment with those monks. What are they seeing in nature? What are they seeing when they observe? Do they see sacrifice? Sure. Will a mother tiger or leopard defend her young all day, every day? The term mama bear doesn't come from just anywhere. It exists in nature. Yes, that's true. There's a defensiveness. There's a ferocity. There's a bravery and courage. And all of these elements are demonstrated so beautifully in the world of martial arts. But it's missing something. And this goes for all religion. This goes for Christianity. This goes for Hinduism. This goes for Buddhism. This goes for all the Islam. This goes for all the major religions. What I'm about to say is truly heretical, and it is direct source information. What it is missing is the fact that it's like this big puzzle piece. I'll get to it in a second. Hold on. I got to tease you a little bit longer. It's a big puzzle piece, right? So you've got the sacrifice piece. Yeah, check. You've got the struggle, overcoming obstacles by strength, bravery, courage, determinism, devotion. You've got all of that represented in some way, shape, or form in all the major religions, okay? So check. Those are it's pieces of the puzzle. It's missing a giant piece. That piece is found when you look at nature. Abundance. Ease. Abundance. When you look at nature, is there struggle? Yes. But there's not as much struggle as there is abundance. Are there times when a natural force will come through and just wipe something? I mean, my house was less than 3 miles from a massive wildfire just a few months ago. I saw the mountainside ripped to shreds, burnt, scorched earth, literally. Nature is fierce. There is a ferocity. There is a badassery about nature and existence. But life, expansion, abundance always shines through more and more and more. If you look at the trees, they can't help but to continue growing. Some of them grow so gnarly, like they're expanding in all these directions, and they're messing up the fence rows, and they're growing into, root systems are growing into basements and shit. Like, they can't help it. They're just growing so fast. And the piece that really locked in with me, I started seeing it yesterday, and it really locked in this morning. My neighbors are mowing the grass outside the window. Really locked in with me this morning is that I get to release the idea that I have to continuously struggle. Am I delusional enough and naive enough to think that I'm never going to struggle ever, ever, ever again? Not quite, no. You look at nature, nature does struggle, but it's not the predominant story. It's not the dominant thought anymore. I don't expect to struggle. I'm the woman who walks in the goddamn room. The podcast is really I'm sorry, this is very explicit. I'm the woman who walks into the room expecting for a private jet to be offered to her because she's consciously manifesting it. And in less than 12 days, that's exactly what happens. I'm the woman who walks into the room expecting that multiple millions of dollars are going to arrive to her, not because she's greedy and wants all the things, no, but because she knows what she's here to do is to make a giant impact on the world for the better. And money is here to support that. Money is here to support your dreams. Money is here to support your heart and soul aligned vision for your life. You don't have to struggle to get it. You don't. You surrender. We're still in that eclipse season, in that window period between the partial lunar eclipse that we just had and the solar eclipse coming up. You do not have to struggle anymore. I'm on fire. This is coming through so hot and heavy. I told you I was on the way home in my car, and I was like, I've got to get on the podcast right now because this is for you. This is for you. If you guys only knew the struggles that I have been through over and over and over and over, and that is the point. When the lessons keep showing up over and over and over and over, and you're like, well, shit. Why haven't I gotten this yet? It's not because you haven't gotten the lesson, my friend. If you're self-aware and you've been observing yourself, you have gotten the lesson. It's not about that. It's your identity. It's your identity. You have to let it go. You got to let it go. Are you a single parent? Let it go. Let go of the identity that tells you that you're a struggling single parent. You have to work your ass off to make ends meet. Bye. No more. If you're the CEO who has the team of 10 or 15 or 20 reporting to you, and you've got, people who are depending on you for a paycheck or whatever, let go of the identity of the story that you are, quote unquote, responsible for their well-being. You're not. You're not. They are. Your only responsibility is to be you. I had a very powerful call today with a palliative care doctor. And she told me the biggest regret of the dying is that they did not live truer to themselves and fuller, that they did not live to the full. That is the biggest regret of the dying. So let your identity go. Let it go. Step through that door and see what kind of super abundance is waiting to match your frequency. Because once you get this, you will be unstoppable, world without end. Okay, I need to take a drink of water. I need to ground my energy a little bit. I'm going to eat. I love you. Thanks for hanging in with this very fiery episode. I hope that it provided value for you. If so, please leave a review. It will help this podcast get to more people. This is important, life-changing information. If you have questions about how to become a mentee under a quantum magician who manifests jet planes in 12 days and 50K months in a very short amount of time. I mean, guys, when I released this identity, when I really released it, I had everything that I have been wanting for months in under 20 minutes. 20 minutes. My manifestations take 20 minutes. So if you have questions about working with me one-on-one, please reach out to me on Instagram at Alchemy with Allison, Allison. I only have 2 spots left. They are going quickly. It will absolutely transform your entire life. It will at least quadruple your revenue, if not more. I mean, 10x is kind of becoming a thing. This is for a very specific kind of person who has a really big dream. So you can go to my website and learn more at AllisonAlchemia.com. Everything will be in the show notes. What else? Oh, I have some availability for human design readings. That is a lower ticket offering that I do have, but I'm only doing that through the month of October because my life is pretty much full and planned out until next June. And it involves a lot of international traveling. It involves a lot of speaking. It involves a lot of things. I will not have the time or space to do a human design reading. So if you are not exactly clear on what the next step is for you, then that is where you need to start. Because like I've shared before, I don't just put it into an algorithm and have a summary just spit it out. I personally get my intuitive eyes on your chart and I channel what is coming through. You get a 10 to 15 page written report by me and you get an hour with me diving deep into your design. This will change your life. The people who have done these readings with me have given incredible feedback and you will see manifestations come through as a result of that. So that link will be in the show notes as well. Find me on Instagram. If you're not on my email list either, go ahead and do that. All of this should be in the show notes. My assistant will help me out. What else? I love you. I'm going to go eat. I'll talk soon. Bye.